Shilo Sanders is looking real comfortable out there at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers OTAs. And as you can see, he is being greeted with warm arms from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers organization. As you can see, even as an undrafted free agent, he is making the best of his opportunities. And he just donated a bunch of Apple Watches back to his Colorado Buffalo family, just showing the type of character that this man has and will continue to have on his way to a successful NFL career for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And to not make light of the situation, his feet work, his IQ has really impressed the coaches, especially Coach Todd Bowles, as he has been making plays in OTAs and he has been making headlines when it comes to his position coaches and specifically Todd Bowles. There's really no reason to go over the film right here. As you can see, that was a horrible throw from the position coach. If that was me, I would look at him when I walk back like, hey, no way. You gave everybody else a good ball, and I got to do a 360 to catch the ball. But it is what it is. He still made a top play. And just transitioning from Colorado to being an undrafted free agent, he continued to make headlines, not only in the community of Tampa Bay, but on the field. And as you can see, he's just getting familiar with organizational staff at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, checking out the locker room, seeing his locker. Really a dream come true. But if I was to say that I didn't expect it, that would not be the truth. I knew just by watching Shiloh, not only at Jackson State, but what he did in the Pac-12 and the Big 12, that he was NFL ready, especially with his physicality. Call him a mix of Bob Sanders and honestly, Ryan Clark. Yeah, I know that might sound crazy, but as the preseason approaches, the more you see that he gets through minicamp, you'll be able to see I'm talking about. If you continue to follow this channel, like, comment, and subscribe, we'll keep up with his journey, and then you'll be able to see the Ryan Clark and the Bob Sanders in his gameplay. And as we can see, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers seen something in him that obviously Todd Bowles could use, and with his defensive genius, we're going to get him on the field. He's already ahead of the pack when it comes to his IQ because of who his father is and what he has ingrained, since he's been a youngster. So that part, the IQ part, it's showing in camp. And as you can see, they're raving about it in the media. They're also turning some heads, with people that were coming in here saying, why didn't he get drafted? Well, you can't control everything. But as far as him being receptive in the city of Tampa and being accepted by the fans, it's clear, everybody's rooting for Shiloh. Obviously, his football play is going to speak for itself, but him off the field and what he's able to do in the community and what he's able to do to build himself up as a constant professional has been nothing less than what you want to see from a rookie. Being humble in the locker room, offering to bring the snacks for the veterans, not showing up with an ego, literally debunking anything that could have possibly been attached to his name. He's literally showing, and as you can see, the fans are very receptive, and that's all you can ask for a young man. This is his NFL dream. This is his NFL career. He's trying to make the 53-man roster. This is his journey. And, people like I have been following him, following the journey. It's just what you see now. If you would have said that after the North Dakota State game or after the second game of the season when he broke his forearm, to be at this point, it's nothing less than what he's supposed to be at right now, rocking that 2.8, just showing elite footwork when it comes to being a safety. Him along with Antoine Winfield Jr., being able to soak up some game from him is going to really help accelerate, what Shiloh brings. We already know what he brings to the Tampa Bay organization as far as, the popularity and the media presence, that just having that last name alone. But honestly, they don't need that. That's not what they're looking for. And I'm pretty sure that's not what he's headed in there for as well. Keeping his head on straight, being a rookie, diving into that very complex playbook that comes with being, a rookie. We've all seen the Hard Knock shows. When you get that knock on the door, they tell you to come meet with the head coach, and they hand you that playbook. Nobody wants to see, hey, come turn in your playbook. And, just back to Todd Bowles, speaking on what he was able to do during OTAs and the effort, and he's smart, vocal, and just really ahead of the curve right now. That's not really surprising to me, but as a casual football fan, I could can continue to hear all the praises that he is receiving from the organization and really be able to go back and look at the Colorado football team and what he was able to do ever since coming out of high school, where he was recruited by the SEC. He's always had the athleticism, the speed, and also just the love for the game. And it shows in his gameplay. Right now, they're out there against air. I got a lot of comments like, oh, okay, it's just cone drills. It's just, feet work drills, agility. Okay, wait till we put on the pads. If you understand what type of safety Shiloh is, okay, wait till we put on the pads. And I know this is a new league, but he is an old safety. So wait till we put on the pads. And if we're talking about he's just going against air right now, let's see when he gets on the pads. But anyways, like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate all the love and support. Dropping soon this week. Stay tuned. Appreciate everybody. We out.